Hi, Dr. Swain. This is video number 2. In choosing the models to discuss, I wanted to build my pastoral capabilities as an overall comprehensive model. So I'm doing the visionary shepherd, the nurturing and collaborative midwife, and the compassionate wounded soldier, which I feel are complementary to each other. The first model is the shepherd, or as I will call myself, the visionary shepherd. I feel the most important element of an organization is to have a collective mission or vision where all disciples, which is my term for the members or individuals, involves understanding, embracing, and working towards this mission. Having a vision for the future and how society will have different needs and relationships with spirituality is critical. Although I tend to strive lead organizations, I will need to adapt and learn. As a shepherd knows each sheep, I will work to know each of the disciples. Understanding each disciple is critical to ensure roles are defined, and most importantly, the skills God bless us with are used. Many times, based on my experiences in my church, they are not. I will exert empathy, which is relevant to the other models as well. I will be somebody they can confide in, helping them navigate ethical dilemmas and drawing on biblical teachings to ensure it is safe to share. For smaller ministries in more rural areas, this will be an issue, as it is now since I'm involved, as many are concerned it will turn into gossip. In urban areas, where I also lived, I will create a safe space environment, given the more intense challenges many face there. As in the What Actually Are Greener Pastures video, which I love, by the way, we often need to let our sheep graze and find pastures that may not be obvious. If I work in more urban areas, I would need to be prepared to embrace the diversity that exists, as well as that diversity, especially in ideology, that is often hidden in rural areas. And I will be the shepherd who plays a significant role in providing comfort and healing during the times of loss or grief. This requires compassion, balanced with strength and confidence, to be a pillar someone can lean on. I'm an emotional person, as I think you know. I will need to be able to control my emotions when I am expected to show perseverance and strength for the sheep as they heal. The next model is the collaborative nurturing midwife. A statement I have heard is nurturing is not innate, it has to be learned. This could be debated, and I see both sides of the argument. I feel I was nurtured growing up. Did I learn nurturing through this? I think yes, and I can apply this in this role. Nurturing others is a critical function of a midwife, regardless of location, ethnicity, or other factors. Within a faith-based organization, I will create a safe and welcoming space where prejudice and judgment are not tolerated. This requires active listening and empathy, enabling others to articulate their beliefs and doubts openly. This is difficult, especially when there may be many ideologies and one must approach with care. As part of my earlier career, I created teams for my projects. I tried to make them as diverse as possible: skills, capabilities, personalities, and ethnicities. And I promoted inclusivity and embraced diverse perspectives as the executive sponsor for the diversity groups. I was the bridge between the groups and senior management. I work with groups to collaborate and listen to their needs. As I am involved with nonprofits in both urban and rural areas, I will apply these skills. As I get involved in organizations as a leader or disciple, I will focus on organizing reflective gatherings, such as small groups or retreats that encourage personal exploration of spirituality. Many times they already exist. I would need to understand their focus and add my ideas when appropriate. If I join an organization to create a faith-based environment, I need to incorporate spiritual practices such as prayer, meditation, and storytelling, reflecting the powers to enrich the experience and foster deeper connections among members. Building a supportive community is key. A midwife's role is to empower others to discover their unique paths, celebrate their growth, and facilitate a vibrant, nurturing environment within the ministry. I will emphasize holistic care, mind, body, and spirit, that can effectively guide individuals toward a deeper understanding of their faith and a stronger sense of community. The third model I'm going to discuss is the compassionate wounded soldier. This is my favorite model. The concept and its key elements involve depict the priorities that resonate deeply with me. Using the model, I can give a real example. While living in New York City, I served on the board of the nonprofit The Family Center. The mission of the Family Center is to help families that need support due to a challenge, such as a single mother who has breast cancer, or a mother who needs legal support to retain custody of her child as the father is abusive. Currently, the Family Center is not faith-based. It does incorporate some elements as the executive director is a believer, but is not offered as a service that many need and want. As an example, within this role, I can be the wounded soldier by, as Sanders states, above all, believe women, providing emotional and spiritual healing for individuals who have been wounded by life experiences, trauma, and other tragedies. Here I have to remember what Sanders describes as narrative trust, in which I may be asked to extend my understanding of what harm is. Take a compassionate approach, recognizing individuals' pain and struggles, and aim to provide comfort and understanding. Using existing resources and training to determine when a faith-based approach may be beneficial. Bringing gatherings such as the Bible studies, as I talked with a midwife, that create a supportive community where individuals can share their wounds and find solace, reflecting a collective journey toward healing. To provide a holistic approach, meditation soothing the mind and body through spiritual exercises. Involve active intervention during crises, helping individuals navigate their pain and find paths to recovery and wholeness. And finally, throughout all of this, I'm assured to know my boundaries and when to engage professionals given the situation at hand. Now, feedback on the course. For lectures, I do not feel I was engaged more during certain topics than others. I think, and I'm not buttering up here, I was actually engaged, or I tried to be, for all of them. They all, I thought, were brought together effectively. The structure of the topics was effective for our learning, especially the CARE model. I love structure, and this was a prime example. The Book of Day movie, although I did not feel it was a masterpiece, I did appreciate how it was effectively integrated into our various discussions. I enjoyed the SFEC sessions. They gave us more realistic and intimate discussions, where we could apply what we learned and go deeper. It also provided insight into characteristics to help me in defining my pastoral care. I wish we had discussed more of the post-colonial images of spiritual care. I found the book introduced topics such as the flowering of inner being, which was very thought-provoking and relevant. As I look to my personal self-care, I have a journal where I write about feelings and experiences to process emotions and gain insights. Prayer and meditation are critical for my spiritual health. I will continue to be involved in my church and be a leader, starting to incorporate some of the models. Regular exercise, I walk a lot, I cardio, I do a lot of stretching, and my diet, of course. Continue to build friendships at ULS, which I'm very excited about, and spend time visiting my friends, which is very critical to my well-being. I have my hobbies, which basically, the main one are movies. I love going to movie theater, and I love listening to music. I hope you enjoyed my reflection, and I really did enjoy the class, and I will leverage a lot of what I've learned. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.